popular census every 5 year, every 10 year, maybe, or every year? Every year. How methodology you used? Traditional questioning or internet or mail maybe?
In Finland, it's mandatory to register in the municipality you live. Yeah. So when you move to another city, you have, I think, something like 2 to 4 weeks to inform the public officials that you have moved there. And you have two options. You can either tell that you have moved permanently when you are afterwards counted as a citizen of that city, or you can inform that you are there temporarily, which means that your official place does not change, but they know that you are there. So this is always done when you move to a new house in some place other than the same city where you were previously. And that tells the information right away. And we have official data every year, and we have unofficial data every month.
Yeah.
Because in theory, we could get this in real time. And regarding the employment and so forth, the units that deal them in the ELY center, for example, they get the data real time. So if someone loses their job, they see it right away when the person wants unemployment benefits. It's immediately in the system. But this is only available for the officials that are that have the access to the system, and that's very limited, because that's also one thing in European Union, that we have this personal protection. For example, if we can have this kind of example that in smaller municipalities in Finland, if there's just one black person, if that gets unemployed, it's discriminating to show it that it's unemployed. We can only show data for the minimum population of 5 people. So if there is 5 people unemployed, then we can show it. But if there's only 4, we cannot show it. And the restricted data is available to only very limited people. I was one of them in the ELY center for 2 years, and I had to sign a very strict non-disclosure formats and so forth, because it's the population is protected that way. So there is no discrimination regarding the data.
How country do you think have best methodology of census? Which country, your opinion?
Regarding information collection, or regarding what?
Нет, по вашему мнению, страна, которая имеет лучшую методологию, с которой вы берете пример? Ну, перепись? Да, по переписи.
Сбор информации.
Перепись населения, да. Сбор, методологию, традиционный, интернет.
Collection.
Data collection.
Yeah.
It's hard to say, because I don't know how each and every country does it, but we strive in European Union to a unified system. For example, regarding in what kind of workplace work, is it an industrial company, or is it your private entrepreneurship, or so forth. We switched 2 years ago to a pan-European system, in which the classifications is always in every country here in the European Union the same. We didn't like it here because we thought that our system was better, because the European system does have separate categories, for example, street sellers and so forth, which we don't have here in Finland. So, for the sake of universal applicability, we switched to that. So the question regarding what system or what method is the best is at the moment not the most important one to answer, because the more important one is that we can compare how different countries cope, and we cannot do that if each country does the methodology differently. So, yeah.
Да. In your website have some information about census?
Sure?
In your website have some information about census?
Yes.
Yes?
So the nationalities and languages are themselves from the census. And this is the main package from the population change. And we have there the latest number, 67,619 plus 654 from the last year. And there's the city comparison with the 25 biggest cities and change in 25 biggest cities. And the biggest growth in any municipality in Finland. So of course the biggest cities are there also at the top, but there is also smaller places which lie near big cities. For example, Kirkkonummi is quite near Helsinki, and Sipoo is also, and Nurmijärvi is also. There are many municipalities from there that shows in these statistics, but not in here because they are in absolute terms not the biggest. So we use it on a yearly basis to release this data and inform how the population has grown. And regarding that, I can show our forecast, which is manually done here. I hope this is the first. No, it's not that one.